Hey Libra, welcome to the Crow Tarot. This is your end of December general reading. Just a note, this is a general reading, not a personal reading, so it may or may not resonate with you. If it doesn't, it just means that the message isn't for you. You can also always check your moon, rising, and Venus signs. Also time. Super fluid. It also super doesn't matter. So please keep that in mind. Also, to stay in the know about the goings on, please subscribe below. So let's get started here. I always like to start with some animal energy as ooh, that just popped on out, as a nice little pre-show. So what we've got here for your animal energy is the otter. Yay! So the otter invites us to have a playful spirit about everything that we do. Even if we are dealing with something in a work context or a personal dynamic context that can be difficult, the advice here is to come at it from a place of play and innocence too. You can see how he's kind of like, hey, you want to play with me? Like one of those kids on the playground, right? Like, hey, let's have some fun. So this could also be indicating that you guys have been doing the opposite of this and you've been in kind of a more of a stern, more rigid energy. So this is inviting you guys to play and lighten up a bit. So let's take a deeper look into this. What's going on for Libra? What do Libras need to know for the end of December? What's going on for you guys? What's going on for you guys? I will say, when I was meditating for you guys, I got some real interesting, ooh, oh, okay. Well, these just came popping right out. So we've got the Daughter of Pentacles here, otherwise known as the Page of Pentacles, okay? We've also got the Five of Swords in reverse. Let's get another one to go on here, but those two came just popping right out. Two at a time. Yeah, that one wanted to come out. We're just gonna take this one. Ooh, Two of Pentacles. Okay, all right. So what I'm getting here is, so the Page of Pentacles, I'm feeling a working energy here too. This does feel like work and interpersonal dynamics here. So I feel like what the Page of Pentacles is telling you guys here is that let's talk about newness. Let's talk about the beginning of a venture or the beginning of a new idea. Let's have the confidence and that idea to get from the page to the king of it, right? You guys are just starting out with this. You guys might be considering doing something a little differently or taking on an enterprise that is very different than what you normally do. Like in the sense that, like, if you were to tell someone about it, like let's just go with like an example here. So let's say that you are a super successful stockbroker, right? But you have this like yearning, this like calling, this desire to be a novelist, to be a writer. Can you imagine, like, as a successful stockbroker, like telling your peers, your family, or anyone who's known you, like, hey, like, I got my Maserati, I got my penthouse on the Upper East Side overlooking the park, what have you, and going, but really, I just want to write. You might get some cocked eyebrows at that. But I feel like, go with what you desire, right? And it's the beginning spark of this, but it's there. So, yeah, the Five of Swords in reverse. I feel like this is indicating that the energy that you've had, whether in your career or your workplace, has been a bit funky. I don't feel like the workplace that you're in is necessarily, there could be some shadow underlying energies there where people aren't exactly saying what they mean. They say one thing, but they mean something else, right? What's the subtext? What are they thinking but not saying? But either way, I feel like your work environment is not necessarily giving you the warm and fuzzies. I'm getting an image of someone who and this is just like an example, right? Like take this as it resonates, but I'm seeing someone who like comes home from work at the end of the day and they sit down and the first thing they do is like have 2 strong cocktails in a row, like just to get out of that work energy. I do not feel like the work that you're currently involved in or have been currently involved in is necessarily fulfilling, but it also doesn't feel entirely positive. Maybe when you started out, it was that way and you just didn't see it, and it's over time, it's working on you, or perhaps it's changed. It's just not fulfilling you anymore as you've grown. So, I mean, it's definitely not, you know, play. So the 2 of Pentacles here, I think you're very well aware of this, and I think that this lines up beautifully with the Page of Pentacles, where it's like, well, I'm not exactly fulfilled in my work, even though, like, it does bring me good coin. I always know my bills are going to be paid, but should I stay or should I go? What to do about this, right? Weighing a couple of options here, and you may even have more than one option outside of the work that you're currently involved in that's been ruminating in your mind. And what I'm getting here too, with the Otter energy, is think about what you wanted to do when you were a kid. Before people started telling you that that was an impossible dream or not very, you know, not necessarily like the smart, secure, safe way to go, right? Like get your business degree, that'll always, you know, get you work. But think about your dreams as a kid before you grew into adulthood, right? I think that's a really good signifier. Also, what's coming up here is think about, notice when you lose time, what activities do you do where you look up and the clock is just like, you're like, no way. You're telling me that 3 hours have gone by and I haven't even gotten up to eat a French fry or like have a coffee. Like, I don't know why that's coming up. That's what I'm seeing. And I'm also getting here that 1 or 2 of you, this feels pretty specific, but there might be some of you who are gamers at heart, who really like to, you know, maybe your 2 cocktails at the end of the day is coming home and playing some video games with like an online community or something. Or it could even be, you know, watching these videos. It's whatever, you know, within the community. It's whatever resonates, but notice what you do that you look up and you're like, where has the time gone? So, you know what I want to do is I want to get some clarifiers here. Just get my coffee in. I want to get some clarifiers here for this 5 of Swords in reverse. Let's see what's going on. Spirit, guides, team. Why is this 5 in Swords in reverse here? What is going on? You know, also, they're calling my attention. You see how this is an earthworm? Oh, one just fell out. Okay, we'll take that. You see how this is an earthworm here? An earthworm is it's about an energy, right? Where you're not necessarily confident in what you're doing, and how the party ended a long time ago and you're still hanging around when the lights go on. You know, when the ugly lights go on? I think there's like a Miranda Lambert song about that, but so this is just not feeling good where you are. Oh my gosh, Queen of Pentacles, I'm all about it. So remember, this was a clarifier. Guys, this is really about work, okay? Obviously. So again, you know what this is kind of confirming for me? The job that you're at does bring you good coin. And you know what they're drawing my attention to here? Is Queen of Pentacles. You know, she's got her garden growing. She's got everything she could ever need. She's sitting up on her throne. But the look on her face, do you see the look on her face? It's just kind of like, oh, well, I got everything I need, but it's not, it's like, okay, I've gotten to the top of this mountain. I worked really hard for it, but now it's like, but what's next? There's still something missing here. So I feel like what this is saying is the reason that this 5 of Swords is in reverse for you guys is because the universe is coming in and being like, hey, it's not all about your coin. Do you feel good in what you're doing? Just paying your bills, that's not exactly why you're here on this earth. You have a larger life purpose. And I feel like this is coming in and kind of validating this new venture that you're thinking of. It may seem outlandish to people. That you would tell me even seem outlandish to you. But Spirit is coming forward and saying, do it. At least, at the very least, think about planting this seed and letting it grow a bit and ruminate in your mind. Spend good time thinking about it, right? But I feel like this is Pentacles all over the place. And I just, again, I feel like this work environment is just, it's a little bit harsh. It leaves you a little bit wanting, not a little bit wanting, it leaves you wanting, right? But you know what? This is also saying that, good for you. You've got your coin coming in. It doesn't have to be as dramatic as like a stockbroker type success or whatever, and I'm going to use air quotes with that. Wait, air quotes. Success, right? But this is saying, like, let's look back to what you loved as a child and get those dreams reinvigorated and reunited, because you have already had great success in what you're doing. What does that mean? That one of your lessons in this lifetime is to have success. So you can have success with this new venture. And the main reason that you're going to do that? Because it's going to be something that you inherently love, that when you do it, the time flies, you lose time, and it brings you into this nice playful energy, right? These two cards right here, the Five of Swords in reverse and the Otter, acting as counterpoints to each other, right? Very opposite energies here. You're here, let's get you here. Okay. Let's end with some oracle cards. Let's do that. I'm going to use my Archangel oracle cards here because I love them, and that's what I'm feeling for you guys. So let's get some Archangel oracle cards here. What is the message for Libra for end of December? Oh, that came right out. Oh my gosh. I love it. Clairaudience, Archangel Zadkiel. Notice the loving guidance you hear inside your mind or from other people. Hello. So, okay, you know what this is bringing up to? Again, this is going back to, what you feel intuitively you want to be doing, right? And you know what this is really cute too, is this is saying, remember how I said that like you may, talk to other people about this shift that you're thinking about in a work context, and they might give you a good cocked eyebrow. Say what now? Right? I feel like this is also coming in and saying, speaking to people who do what you do now currently in a work context, they're not going to get this new idea that you're on, right? Find and connect with other people who are already doing what you want to do. Talk to them, get guidance from them, right? You're an air sign, right? So talk about it. Talk about it. That's going to be really encouraging, right? Talk to people who are already doing what you want to do, and it's going to be super helpful here. Amazing. Guys, I hope this reading resonated with you. If it did, please let me know in the comments below. I am also available for personal readings at the moment. All of that information is in the About Me section. Again, thank you so very much for being here. I really do appreciate it. And thank you for being you. Be well.